give pledge of allegiance followed by invocation. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
USA, USA. Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for the beautiful weather. Thank you for this association. We hope that this meeting will further the progress of this association and all of its members. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay, minutes. Everybody had a chance to read minutes. Lauren's going to be a little late. He'll show up here whenever he gets here. He's farming or something. He's on his way though. Everybody had a chance to read the minutes, so I'll take a motion to approve those.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second?
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Financial report.
Okay. Wish I should have some good news for you. The snack bar is up. These are this year over last year. So we lost money, but we're doing better than we did last year in the snack bar. Tank pumping. Keep in mind, tank pumping. We're not pumping right now. We still have some expense, but we're not pumping. So we're at a loss there compared to a gain last year. The golf course, we're at a loss, and of course we got the greens, the problems we had, we're working on those. The other category, which includes assessments, that's one of the happy areas. We're up there, about $57,000 for the year so far. Keep in mind, most of our assessments come in at the beginning of the year and the end of the year. So we've hit the good time already. It'll be a little more lean throughout the rest of this year until about November and December. Administrative, we're down over last year. Security, we're down over last year, which is good because we're having some security being used, and so that's a good thing. The bathhouse, we're down a little bit. Pool, we're actually up a little bit in the pool. This is our pool season. We're just getting started, so you'd expect that. General maintenance, we're down over last year. Codes enforcement, we're up a little bit, so that's good. Some things are happening there. Miscellaneous, we're up, and then total, we're down about almost $100,000 over last year. So we're negative there. That's all I have on the finance.
Manager report.
I would like to start tonight by thanking my crew at both lakes. We have been making great strides to get things improved in our communities. From the maintenance efforts in doing regular PM on equipment and getting things operating right, to my snack bar employees working hard finding ways to improve our menu, and the ones cleaning and taking care of the bathhouses. I'd also like to thank the committees for the roles that they play in our communities and all those that have volunteered and go above and beyond for the betterment of the lake communities. I'm just really proud in the direction that we're going right now. I feel like there's been a lot of an improvement and a lot more volunteering. We've got a great staff who is enjoying and is taking pride in what they do, and I don't think that I vocalize that enough. So I am just thankful for all those things. If you haven't been out in our main dining area since Memorial Day weekend, we've got most of the renovations done, minus a few baseboards and hanging up some pictures, and it looks phenomenal out there. I'm very proud of that. We had a lot of volunteers that came up and helped, whether it was painting, removing carpet, re-putting furniture back in, and I'm thankful for that. Next week, we're going over to Hidden Valley to look at their clubhouse and start making plans on what we're gonna do to improve and spruce it up. We have had the road grader over at Hidden Valley working on roads. He'll be over there for a couple of more weeks finishing up, and then we'll have the road grader back over here. Great news. So our new kitchen that we've been working with, trying to get up and going next week, as long as we have no hiccups. Keller will be here next week to do the final inspection. So if all goes well, fingers crossed, our new kitchen with the bigger equipment that we can handle more business will be open and ready to go. For assessment, 68% of owned lots are paid in full. 19% of owned lots owe for just this year. 11% of owned lots are turned over for collection, and 2% of owned lots, the members are deceased. We had a great kickoff this summer at both lakes for Memorial Day weekend. Lots of events going on, lots of good things happening. I do want to talk about the sales at the clubhouses for Memorial Day weekend. We definitely exceeded our sales last year for that weekend. Last year, Hidden Valley Clubhouse, their sales for that weekend was $1,256.22. This year, it was $1,933.42. So they had sales growth of $677.20 for that weekend. Sugar Valley last year was $4,620.74, and this year it was $7,862.34 for a total sales growth of $3,241.60. So I'm very proud of that. Our maintenance guys did cut holes in the greens the week before Memorial Day weekend, and our greens are open back up and being played on. I mean, we still have some work on the greens, but our advisor still thinks we're in good shape and it's going the way that it needs to go, and they're going to continue to spread as the season goes on. Our main water pump for the golf course that runs our irrigation system did quit working. We pulled it out and sent it off to be repaired, well, first to be examined, and after it was examined and they had given us quotes, it was actually cheaper to get a new pump than repair the one that we've got, so we've got a new pump on order. However, we still have the jockey pump down there, so we still are getting water and an efficient enough amount of water to the golf course while we're waiting on the main pump. So, and then the last thing that I've got for tonight, I've been putting some thought into our board meetings, and I know we get presented with a lot of questions, whether it's committees or open forums and things like that, and sometimes we're not always happy. We don't feel like we get answers and things along that line. I would like to propose that if you're on a committee or something like that and you have something that you're wanting to present at a board meeting, if you could get that to me the Tuesday before the board meeting, then I can send that out to the board with the agenda, and that gives them time to look it over and have time to give some resolutions to some of these questions and concerns. And that way we can start moving in the right direction and all working together and have some more resolutions. So, and that is all that I have.
Old business. We have needed for executive session. Didn't you want 5 or 10 minutes?
Yeah, I think about 10 minutes probably.
For we going?
I know it's on this properties and stuff.
Rules, or where you going?
No, it's on those properties though. So we're getting ready to look at it. Or does that need to be an executive?
Yeah. So we got a call. Under rules, right?
Yeah, I think that's what that, it is.
Need 10 minutes.
Dave, let's do 15. I'll do 5 for pump truck questions.
For what?
Pump truck.
Pump truck question. And 10 for legal on rules questions. So we'll be out for 15 minutes total. Need a motion for that?
I make a motion, we go into executive session for 15 minutes.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We're out.
I'm trying.
Back in order. New business. Huh?
I got nothing.
We need a motion for one-time purchase fee for Tracy for a new pump for the golf course.
What'd we say it was?
New pump for the golf
Cost,
course.
are we
13,000.
13,000, so are we gonna keep it at 13, that's sufficient?
Yep.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we, purchase a new pump, for the golf course, 13,000.
Second?
Motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
There you go. Lauren Lance, you're on new business. Did you have anything else?
No, that was the main thing I was after was
All
that.
right, committee reports. Who wants to go? No committee report.
I got it. I got an audit committee report.
Go.
Okay, we met last month for the audit committee for January, February, March, and April. We had 4 new audit committee members. They required to be trained. There were only 3 of the 4 there, but it went well. We had the 4 months to do. We reviewed all bank statements to the transaction detail for those months. We reviewed all the voids. We reviewed the accounts receivable, and we reviewed balance sheets and profit and loss for those same months, and everything was fine.
Okay, I'm reporting for the Recreation Committee for Tammy since she's not here. I've got you. She wanted me to remind everybody that Saturday we have our picnic and ice cream social at 6 o'clock, and it's gonna be out here on the patio. And then she also wanted me to put out there and ask for possible donations of mulch for the beautification committee, because they're wanting to add some mulch to the flower beds up front. There's a couple of flower beds out on the golf course and some different places to spruce it up and brighten it up a bit. And so she wanted me to throw that out there as well, if anybody had any mulch or anything they'd like to donate.
Can we just donate cash also
Yeah, that would be
to you or to the beautification committee?
Tammy.
to Tammy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she give a color?
She did not. She just asked me.
That might be a good thing.
Yeah, it might.
Do you want to go to it?
Wrong. Anything else?
Nope.
What did she?
I don't know that one, but I just have one on the rules and regulations for camper permits. I think to date, we're only up to 34 summer camping permits. 2 of those are pending approval. I know driving around, there's a lot more than 34 campers at Sugar Valley, and I'm pretty sure there's more than 4 at Hidden Valley. So I just urge the members to put out or fill out the summer camping permits. I will talk to Tracy about enforcement for those that do not have summer camping permits. So
Yes, and on that, if you have turned one in, and I've sent out some emails, left some voicemails, and you do not have your sticker yet, it is because I am awaiting a picture of the camper. I can't send it through for approval until I have a picture of the camper.
Boats and campers all have to have perk codes.
They're free, aren't they?
They are free.
Yeah.
You have paperwork here?
Yes.
Okay.
And Dave, I can verify that, but we walk our dog twice a day between Chamberlain and the boat ramp and K7 and the lake. There are 30 campers right there in that area.
there's way more than 34.
Okay. Any other committees? Open forum. Must be a member in good standing, 2 minutes.
Karen, did you have anything on the committee?
No, we're just making changes and going through everything right now.
Reviewing.
It's just time consuming
Right.
to get through all of it.
What we've been doing is
Takes a lot of work.
running down each line item and discussing and figuring out what we need to do, what we need to change in the rules. So I know we've been hitting that pretty hard, but we're running about 10 a night, 10 line items a night.
That's a
So
lot.
it takes a while.
A lot of discussion, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, meanwhile, back to Ranch. Open forum, 2 minutes, must be a member in good standing, please state your name, which lake you're from. Please be courteous and respectful of others, one at a time, please. Yes.
Cindy Sand, Sugar Valley. I just had a question about the pothole out at the entrance, and I understand the counties, and it's up under the county, but have we contacted them? And
The
they are-
state,
Is it the
The-
state?
It's a
Is
state
it the
highway.
state? Are we, what's going on with that? I mean, it's just hard when you try to turn to go out, and I almost have to go to my left, and then somebody else is coming in, and I'm just afraid of it.
I do know for a fact that the state was out there a week after Tracy told me about the complaints, and they did fill in some of the potholes.
It seemed
They
better.
did, mainly on the right-hand side, on the south side. On the north side, where the gravel is, where there's no pavement, they didn't touch it.
Is there anything we can do to get, or to contact them again, or do anything? That's what.
I don't know if they've done all they're gonna do, or if you've been in contact with them, where we at?
That I'm
I'm
gonna
just
say,
telling you what I do.
She has a comment.
yes.
Sure.
Okay, so, my husband,
Name first.
Kathy Biggerstaff,
Thank you.
SVL. My husband used to work for the state, and so he has reached out to the guys he used to work with, and they've met him up there a couple of times. What they're trying to do is figure out a permanent solution, because right now, they fill them, every time it rains, they're gone. And the fact that there is so much traffic there, obviously, it's our entrance and our exit. There's so much traffic there that we just have a really hard time with a permanent solution. So I know that that's in the works, and I know he's just been talking with them. I know he's met them up there at least twice now, just trying to get a permanent solution. Because we had that same issue on a lot of our roads. And they just.
Okay.
So anyway, so
Thank
I
you.
hope that helps. I will tell him. Again.
Next,
We'll see what we can do.
next. Go.
Sherry Net, Sugar Valley Lake. Right here on your little form for them to fill out the camper permits, it says that the association security has to inspect this said unit for location type, size, pad type, condition. Security will place the current permanent sticker on the window facing the street. So that's what you're supposed to be doing. The other thing is, on Article 9, Section 2, Letter B, the board is in charge of making sure the employees are doing their jobs. Just wanted to let you know. What about the black trailer?
Excuse me?
Black trailer, graveyard.
I'm not sure,
This is
Tracy.
one we talked to about employees doing their job.
Okay, okay. You have to make sure she's doing her job.
Mhm.
Okay,
Exactly.
all right. Okay, so black trailer, camper.
Tracy, they need an update on the black trailer.
I have, like in the past, we had sent him a letter and, you know, I told him that he needed to get it moved and he had 30 days and we have sent out a fine.
Okay,
So he'll start being
He's been
fine.
fine.
okay, so what if, okay, that's cool, but the trailer's still there. What about the graveyard? Anything on the graveyard?
Okay, yes.
Oh, you have something for
I
us?
do. I told you I did. I knew you'd be here.
Sit down, sure.
I debated on not coming or getting something, and so I got something. I talked to the sheriff's department, and our attorney is talking to the sheriff's department up there just to see what they do. I was told by the deputy sheriff, one of the deputies today, when I talked to him, the boats and trailers all have VIN numbers. The VIN numbers are on the tongue of the trailer.
Oh, okay.
We have to have a VIN number.
So I need to go back up there.
Oh, I was going to ask you if you and your committee would go back up
My
there.
committee won't, but I will.
Okay, okay. And if you could go back up there and
Your committee.
I need VIN numbers on each one. We've got.
And they're on the tongue of the.
They said that they're on the
They'll
tongue.
be on the
Sure, you need help.
left-hand side.
Okay, thanks.
Yes.
The boat should. The rear of the trailer, the VIN numbers are all supposed to be on the left-hand
On
side,
the front of the trailer.
on the front.
Okay.
So, and so they said also on the boats, if we can't find it for some reason, if there's any numbers on there.
Now I got all the
You had some numbers on your
the boat,
list.
the VIN number's usually on the right rear,
On the transom.
If
on
we-
the transom,
Oh, okay.
on the very back of the boat.
See, we
on the
it
right
was so
rear.
weedy, we didn't.
Yeah, but there's, if you get a certain age, back there, they didn't have numbers on boats.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be a VIN number on the motor too. All three should.
Yeah.
And if it gets one
Okay.
VIN
Yeah, I'm
number,
talking the six-
then we can go with that. They said on the boats, if we have a number on the boat, we can go to the Department of Wildlife for Kansas, and they should have some information on that. They told me to go to the Highway Patrol. I think they're just passing the buck, because the Highway
Yeah, they
Patrol's not
are.
gonna be able to
They
do
are.
anything. And they said also the Department of Revenue, I could check with them.
Okay,
But
well-
I need the information.
I can get the VIN number off the motorhome now because all the windows are busted out.
Right, right.
Okay.
Okay, so the bottom line is that they will not do anything, the recycle people in Prescott, West Recycling, will
Yes.
not do anything until we have got something from the Sheriff's Department. The Sheriff's Department won't do anything until we show reasonable effort to contact the people. That is, get the name, and so then we send them a letter, and if they answer, fine. If they don't answer, then we can show that we got a letter back,
And
or
you
they can
sent some
answer.
letters out, didn't you, Tracy?
Yes, on the ones that.
Yes, yes, so that's the issue we're at right now, is trying to
Well,
get.
we need to change that issue.
Well, I agree with you.
I'm not done.
I agree with you. So,
Anyone else?
Yeah, me.
He had his hand up back here
Okay.
first.
Thank you. David Patton, Sugar Valley, this is my wife Diane. My sticker, talking about stickers, my sticker has always been on my bumper because I didn't want stickers on my glass. So it's always been on my bumper. We're right here on Deer Run Terrace. So our RV is there, and then that house across the street. You come down the road, you see it on the back of the bumper. So if somebody else is putting it on, I would like to have it put on the same place, right over the old one that's on there, and I don't want stickers all over my bumper, all over my window. Because I think it looks bad when you got it on the window. I mean, that's the rule, but mine has always went on the bumper. You drove down the road, you just look over to the right or to the left, to the way you went, and you saw the sticker.
Okay.
So, if somebody else is putting it on, then I need to put on right over the sticker that's on there now.
Right,
And not on the side of it, or not on the other side of it, so it still looks nice.
right.
So why would somebody else be putting your sticker on?
What are you talking about?
She just brought up that the security guard's supposed to be the one to put the
Oh,
sticker
okay.
on,
I see what
according
you're
to the
saying.
lure.
All right. Yeah, I'm about.
Now, I can put it on if you want to give it to me, I don't have a problem.
All right.
I'll put my paperwork
Got
on, and I'll put it on myself.
Very good.
I didn't know if that was the rule that they had to put it on, but I'll put it on myself, don't worry about it.
Thank
You
you.
good?
Good.
We're good.
Thank you.
Go ahead, you were here before me. I was late.
I'm pointing at you.
Carson Wilson, Sugar Valley Lake. So, is there ever anybody, security-wise on the lake? Matt was always, I know that he, sometimes is dragging around, but, we don't have stickers on these campers, we may not have stickers on these boats. And the lake has been getting very, very crowded and very dangerous, at times. I know the last few weekends.
They did have extra security down there,
Down
Memorial
there.
Weekend at the gate, where they was coming in.
boat ramp, he was sitting right there.
But they're supposed to be checking on any existing boats, but
Right.
I don't know where that's gone.
Security did say he's trying to get his jet ski going, and then he can patrol the water as well.
Okay.
Okay. And then, what about the dam on the dam, we know we have the
The dam,
money that's been
The
borrowed,
damn
that
dam.
we're gonna get.
The damn dam.
the damn dam, we still haven't got approval from the state.
But we've got the money.
But we have.
I did
Right?
hear,
Okay, my
Well,
last
we
thing.
have a line of credit.
Yeah, we're line of credit.
Just got a comment.
All right.
I I did get an email from our engineer today, and we've gotten state approval, and we are awaiting something that they have put in the mail for us to fill out and sign to get everything going that we need to move forward with.
Perfect, thank you. My last thing is, I know that they're trying to keep these dogs, these crazy dogs on, under control. However, there seems to be a habitual person with his dogs and not on leashes. And from what I understand from security, this last go around, well, he's not home, I can't get him to answer his door. His dog got ran over and then took upon himself to euthanize the dog. And, it's getting out of control with all of his dogs not on leashes running around. I understand you can't get blood out of a turnip, but something's got to be done. This
We
is
can,
out of
we
control.
can find him, is the only thing we can do.
Do we know who that is?
I understand that.
Yeah, what dog got ran
Do we know who that is?
Huh?
Do we know who that
Well,
is?
not that dog was ran over, excuse me, his dog died, excuse me. But I'm over the fact that those dogs down there are not being, his dogs are not being taken care of. Other people are having to take care of his dogs.
Okay, does she know about this?
Yeah. Other people are having to take care of his dogs. Other people down there are taking care of their own dogs. And I'm over it. It's ridiculous. Those dogs down there are out of control. And it's not other people's responsibility.
So, what kind of solution are you?
My husband does not know this, but I dropped off food down there, and it's stupid that other people.
So what kind of solution would you suggest?
I would suggest that, I understand that the only thing you can do is fine him, but.
He probably doesn't have any money.
Exactly.
Right. And
I
just,
his
Well,
property.
and
After
if
so
this
many
is,
A lot of time.
if this is the person that we're talking about, we have fined him a ridiculous amount of times. We've even went as far as our security guard out of his own pocket, went and got screw and ground anchors and chains and helped him hook the dogs up, which is now no longer being used. I mean, we've tried several different things, and if somebody has any ideas other than fines that we could do as an association.
dogs need to ride to Regina's.
Or can
Full way.
animal, after so many fines, can we get animal control out here to take them to doggy jail?
Is there a limit on what you
Where's
can
animal
have?
control?
Pleasanton, they called me and asked me to work for them. So I know they.
So,
if
who's
it's
the-
not
who's they?
open, they're getting it out.
Who's they?
Animal control.
Not in here.
Where, what animal control?
Pleasant.
It's in Pleasanton.
Okay,
That's who contacted.
I didn't know they had.
I didn't either.
What would you suggest?
I think it's just now opening.
What's your thoughts?
They need to be removed. I know the sheriff won't do it.
Lynn County
I
has
would
a
just
four
keep
animal.
calling, I just keep calling different pounds until you find one to take them.
Lynn County's four animals, is all you can have.
Yeah.
4 animals on the property, not running loose.
Joe, after a certain amount of fines, can we take their property?
It's a long process.
Yeah, I mean, we can take them to court for
Thing-
that for non-payment, but
Thing with this one, he's a-
I would think
Mhm.
animal control or something with the county,
Cents to-
because of animal cruelty, which is probably illegal.
That's a sheriff deal.
Right.
What is the law about picking an animal up that is not on a leash, that is running around? We picked the dog up and took it to a pound in Kansas City.
I mean,
Because he's definitely not gonna drive to Kansas. I'm not
If
saying
no
you're
one
gonna-
was, if no one.
If, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
well,
I
I
don't
mean,
think there's a law.
no.
I mean, if we take it to a no-kill shelter in Kansas City, you know what I mean?
Where it can get a good home.
Right.
Because the last one was left in the cab of the truck for 24 hours and
I
found
mean,
dead.
yeah.
Nice situation.
I mean, I hate to do that, but I mean, I care about the animals, 100%. I'm for the animals. I mean, you know this.
Me too, you know me.
So, yeah, I mean, brought up the SPCA, which is, I forget what it's, but the whole acronym, but that's, yeah, a national.
Right, and I mean, that's what I'm saying, if
So-
someone, I'm not gonna say me, because
Well,
I
I'm-
don't know, it's on record. If
How many-
someone picks up the animal, a dog
How
walks
many
straight
people-
off.
I'll just say this, I've heard a lot of complaints about animals, every one of those complaints can call the SPCA on their own without the HOA even knowing or any involvement, just the same as if I'm driving down a country road and I see a stray animal and I pick it up and can't find the owner, I'm gonna drop it off at a local shelter or whatever. So that's not a legal answer because it's not really a legal issue. It's what.
Well, here's one thing, if the dog disappears,
And nobody
the
knows.
owner's probably not gonna take any.
He probably doesn't care because he didn't know if it was there yesterday or not.
I'm trying to figure out why there are so many people taking care of these
Shelley?
dogs. But
We
Shelley?
contacted, we did contact them last year. They did come out. They did take one dog from here. They went to the other home in question. He refused to surrender his animals. So the ASPCA said their hands were tied. They cannot help with those dogs. He won't surrender them.
Yeah, we have personal
They did come.
experience with ASPCA. They're very,
They picked up one.
it's got to be very black and white with them for them to get involved.
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
Just having had recent experience with this type of issue.
Of course.
One of the things to note too, that you have to have the owner of the property's permission to be on the property as well.
But if
Well, on the other hand, if it's running down the road, he's on common property.
Yes.
So,
if it's on my property, then I'm 99% the owner.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. I'm just saying, if anybody goes on to this person.
No,
it
that's not-
it doesn't sound like this issue is
That's not what
a,
we're saying. We're saying a stray.
yes. This
Okay.
issue isn't a
Doesn't matter.
going on the property.
She made it.
I did, damn it.
Late, but she made it.
Jolita
My
Lee.
highway's a mess. Okay, my question to you is, on this paperwork that you do, all the money and stuff, why can't you, or could you, itemize what, like maintenance crew, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, what each person's paid, and snack bar, which each person's paid. And the only reason I ask this is because a friend of mine who used to work here for 7 years had called when he saw the ad on Facebook about needing a driver with a CDL, and he said that he talked to you, Tracy, and that he could come back to work here if he was making $22 an hour, which I guess is not
We couldn't afford that.
feasible. So my question is, what's maintenance guy number 1, what's he making an hour? 15 an hour, 20 an hour? If he's making 20, is $2.
Hang on.
Hang
Go
on.
ahead.
It's illegal for them to do that.
Yeah.
No,
From a human resources perspective,
It's
it's
public
illegal.
information.
So that's public
But there's a difference between a starting wage and
Yes.
putting the exact dollar amount somebody is making as maintenance
But I
worker
want to
one.
know, on your sheet where it says maintenance, salaries and payrolls, taxes, I'd like it broke down, and I feel that we need to
Get on the
see it
board.
broke down. I can't get on the board because my ass can't be here on time. Okay, so enough of that, I'm just curious, because,
I don't
I
think
mean,
we can
if-
reveal that information.
No.
well, it's, okay, so is number 1 making $20 an hour? Because if it's a $2 difference, hell, let's hire him and get a CDL back in here to get a truck driver. Now, my second thing is, okay, I know I've been to meetings before and there's been talk about us wanting to put a lagoon in here. And there's a holdup about 1 lot or something.
No, they're holding up about a lot of lots.
That won't
Lot of
sell.
lots.
A lot of lots.
Okay, and then have we ever looked at what it would actually cost to put a lagoon in?
Not until we get the ground.
It's never
Because
been
it
looked
changes,
at.
it changes all the time.
There's another
Kurt-
crew in
Kurt,
Lake
they-
County that's interested in doing that, putting one in.
Huh?
So there's another company in Lynn County that's looking at putting one in.
Okay, and then, so I live up in Kansas City. I live 5 blocks from the Johnson County shit pool thing. And there's 3 shit pools and they're always rotating I mean, what does it cost to operate that, or are we just gonna?
A lot.
A lot.
Is that what we're looking at putting in? Or are we
Well,
just
it
gonna
probably-
big hole?
Darren could probably speak from the sanitation aspect, but I mean, you at least have to have 2 cell lagoon to start out. I mean,
It'd have to
state
be-
rates,
It'd have to be a 2 or 3 cell.
2 or 3 cell,
But it
whether you
doesn't-
used all 3 of them or not.
It doesn't have to be agitated like in the city.
Right.
So the cost would be a little bit lower, but there's cost to put in a lagoon.
So then-
Even, I'll tell you this, for a residential lagoon, somebody wants a residential lagoon, you're looking at $5,000 to $10,000 minimum for a small 3-bedroom or less house. Okay, you're talking about, how many pumps a week? 100 pumps a week or more? You know, so now you just expanded it that much. So now you're talking $50,000 to $100,000 for 1 cell, you know, and then you're gonna have at least 2 cells, maybe 3, and then you have to maintain it.
We've got the county's got a 3-cell lagoon at the county park, and the maintenance, we're getting ready to dredge it because they fill up. It's $155,000 to dredge those 3 lagoons. Now, mind you, that's over a course of, I think, 35 years.
30 years, yeah. But,
Right.
just to build it.
Well, the only reason I even came to mind, and that's why I had to get down here to ask you, was because there was a gal on Facebook that was wanting a pump.
Well,
And she said that, why, she used to be at Lynn Valley, and she's like, why is it 20, why, we pay 25 there, why opposed to 100 here? And someone got on there and said it's because,
Well, Lynn Valley also charges taxes as well too, besides their sewage pumping.
And a lot more on dues.
And a lot more on
Right,
dues
right, right.
than what we do.
Yep.
And they do have 2 pump trucks. Both of them are over CDL drivers, but they don't have to have a CDL driver because they stay within their association.
And
So
Julie,
I-
I hate to say it, but
There you
when
go.
something goes wrong with those.
Yeah, they're,
It's a nightmare.
They're high
Our-
dollar.
Our little village of 16 houses, ours went wrong and it was a nightmare. For our
Sure.
little
oh, there was
village
a
of
$450,000
16
repair.
Shit show.
to get it fixed.
Yeah, really.
And it is a shit show. Just saying.
No pun intended.
It broke.
Okay, next.
From our village.
Tom.
Ron Michael, Sugar Valley.
God, the sun.
We're trying to get a lot more cars, a lot more people down here, which is a good thing, and dust is killing us. You gotta figure out something to do about the dust. These guys are flying down the road, you can't stop that very much. If the dust, when you stop the dust, you can't see. You gotta come in earlier, say, you just about got hit head on with the truck that was flying down the road.
We have the same problem over at Hidden Valley as well. I mean, we don't have near the traffic that you have, especially on your main road that you're on.
And a lot of us at the beach, when they get done at the beach tonight, oh, they fly. That's too sad.
Well, they're
I know.
Is the
10
second
foot tall and
one
bulletproof,
also-
too.
is it
I
built?
think, yeah.
Yes, it helps us.
So that's what we need everywhere, is that
Yeah, it
crushed
helps us.
asphalt.
That's it.
Go ahead, Shelley. State your name, where you're from.
Is there anyone in here that doesn't know who I am? Shelley Collins, SVL.
Don't lose your gold star.
Just, I'm still behaving. Just about with what Jolene was talking about, has it ever been considered to maybe, between the cost of dumping, the cost of maintenance on the truck, the driver, have we ever thought about, there's enough pumping companies in the area, just dropping the pump truck? I know that sounds like a rough
Not
idea.
driving itself.
I know it does bring in some money, but it takes more money than it seems to bring in.
You're a little bit behind, but yes, it's been considered.
I must have missed it.
It's all right.
And then just to end.
But-
I wanted to.
Go ahead, go
And
ahead.
then just to end, I wanted to brag. I already got a Sugar Valley Lake coffee mug. Got my tumbler today, wanted to show everybody if anyone's interested. Our amazing board member Dave Zyla and his wife are making it.
Look nice.
So,
Very nice.
if anyone's interested.
Vanna.
Ask about that.
Tom Sands, Sugar Valley. Maybe this has been discussed at previous meetings, but what's the future of the pump truck?
Still trying to get it repaired.
Are you gonna get it right?
In the meantime, we're
finding other sources.
Right.
The reason I ask is because of the past, the history here, those of us who still have unused,
Contract?
prepaid pumps are going elsewhere, and if the future isn't at all very rosy, then someone like myself has an amount on credit.
Then that will be refunded to you if it's not.
Yeah, well, and at this time with the pump truck being down, and we know that people have been using, if you have a credit from that prepaid program, at any time you can call the office and we will refund it, because we have been down for so long.
We'll refund whatever your credit is.
But do you think we're going to be getting the pump truck going and getting a driver?
They was close, but they didn't happen. They got it running, but
I
it's
mean, we want to
still
save
got.
them if they're going to get a pump truck going again, but it's, put it in the sock drawer.
It's
Put it in the sock drawer.
Reed.
So I'm gonna continue the pump truck discussion.
Name.
Reed Children, Sugar Valley.
Thank you.
So if the pump truck is up and running, are you able to hire a CDL driver? I kind of get the sense, to be honest with you, that there's more going on with this pumping thing than you're sharing with the membership.
We're not gonna hire a $22 an hour driver.
Okay.
We can't afford a $22 an hour
So what was
CDL
discussed
driver.
in the executive session about the pump truck? And why did you need?
Where was that?
Well, why do you need executive session to discuss
It
that?
didn't have to be an executive, he just wanted to discuss it.
I don't understand.
Anything that was discussed, we've already discussed it.
Okay, well, I don't understand why you needed an executive session.
There was no action taken on that, so I mean, that's where we're at with that, with the executive session on the pump truck, so.
Are we gonna get back into the pump truck
We-
business or not? I sense we're not going that way. If you can't hire a CDL driver, you might as well throw your hands up and say, we're out of it, let the private companies do it.
We're working on that.
We're looking at options, okay?
We
We're trying to make it work.
100%, but we're looking to maybe possibly going that way.
What do you offer in pay-wise for a CDL driver?
Pardon me?
What do you offer in pay-wise for a CDL driver? Maybe I could dump shit. You can start it. We know you can. I can start it, baby. What do you?
16 or 18.
I mean, we weren't paid.
I think the last one was 18.
That's the highest you'll go.
I'd hire you because I know good well. You can stir it up enough, you'll get my tank.
She'd stir more than she'd pump. Okay, we need to get out of here. Anybody else? Okay. I just want to make a personal,
Why is it so hot in there?
I don't know.
Is the air conditioner?
I just want to make a personal comment. I think Tracy's kicked ass the last month and a half, 2 months. She's worked her butt off getting this clubhouse going and turned around, and we will have it by July 4th. You guys see a lot of the stuff that's on the front. Some of you know everything that goes on behind the scenes because you volunteer a lot, you're here a lot, you hear everything. Same way with the darn golf course. I've unfortunately been involved in that in more ways than I wanted to, but it is being watered and will continue to be watered. We even had a hiccup today, had a leak, but I was able to get repairs, and Skylar got that put back together tonight, so tomorrow morning, by God, it will have water on it. So for those of you that don't think that the board or Tracy or anybody's working on your behalf, sorry, but we are. We're trying to do our best, but a lot of us have other jobs as well. So just be patient. We're trying our best. With that, I take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
Amazing.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.